Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Built Like This podcast. I'm your host, Maxine, on episode 335. Hello, look at my face all greased up. Yeah, I just finally took a shower. Shout out to white people talking about how they barely shower. I understand. It's like, I'm kidding. I shower. I'm just saying sometimes I take a while to get to it, but I do shower once a day at least. There has been a day or two in which I skipped it, but that means the following morning I showered immediately. Anyway, this is not what we're talking about today. Let's get into these topics. But I just feel so fresh and so clean. That's how I'm feeling right now. My pores are probably super open. Hopefully, I don't have any issues. All right. So, I've been seeing a trend happening of women marrying themselves. Yes, women who are choosing to say forever to themselves, for better or for worse, through sickness and through health, richer or for poorer, they are choosing to marry themselves. And this seems to be a trend primarily in Japan. Who would have thought Japan? Aren't they like super submissive over there? Is it Japan or Korea? One of them. But anyway, this is taking place in Japan. And according to this article titled "I'm one of Japan's perma singles. Here's why I married myself." So just the title alone, I'm learning a new term, perma singles. So clearly that has to mean permanently single. And let's just understand what this means. I've never heard this phrase before, this label before. This is something very new, but let's go ahead and get into it. So, Cupid may be forced to hang up his bow permanently in Japan. Tired of being told to partner up and have children, the country's youth are shunning commitment in their millions. In a recent poll, a third said they have never been in a relationship, while a quarter declared they will never marry. And this is how the term perma singles came about. They are setting to become the norm. Despite past pressures from parents and in a society built on the nuclear family, conventional relationships are increasingly getting the heave ho. I'm pause right here. I'm gonna pause right here because y'all know me so far, at least, right? I have been saying on this platform that I am all for alternative relationships. I'm all for people finding love in alternative ways. If they've tried the cookie cutter way, if they tried the condition in the box way and it hasn't worked, or they realize it's just not for them, and they found love in other capacities, I appreciate that. I really do. And I admire people who choose to live astray, if I may say so. But this is a little bit of a stretch. This is a little bit of a stretch. It's a little bit of a stretch because I think about when people say things like, never, I'm never doing this, I'm never doing that. And just like where does that come from, right? Like, is that coming from a place of intense PTSD that hasn't been recognized, and you're just so afraid of trying again that you're choosing to stay with yourself? And let's say, I don't know, I feel like ultimately, do you have to marry yourself to tell yourself you love yourself? Do you have to marry yourself to tell yourself that you have your back? And of course, I know oftentimes with women, we find ourselves doing what we say we will never do, or um finding ourselves in compromising situations. Had we just stuck to our boundaries, yada, yada, yada. But to go this far as having a whole ceremony just to prove to yourself that you are in it with yourself, I feel like it's a bit of a outcry for help. I do. I really do. So let me show you this woman here. It's a Japanese woman. Like I said, this is taking place in Japan. And her wedding to herself was a beautiful sight to see. I like her bouquet of flowers. This took place in 2019, and she called it a self marriage. She says, quote, "For me, I am the most important person in the world." And that's just what it is, right? Like, I feel like that's a level of narcissism that we have to be careful of. I think because we're such in a time when it's, I'm learning to love myself. I'm learning to heal, and the whole Tia Mori of it all. You know how Tia Mori left her husband, Corey Hardrick, after seemingly he's been a good man. He was a good man, Savannah, but okay, someone else will have him and cherish him. That good for that other woman. But nonetheless, I've seen her on social media, Tia Mori, just going on and on about herself, and loving herself. And this relationship doesn't serve herself. When a relationship doesn't serve you, choose you. Choose you. Me, 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 me. And it's just a testament to the selfishness manner or aesthetic that we're seeing in our timelines about love, about relationships, about just interactions with others. Like, why is it always about you being served? When are you serving other people? When are you serving your partner or partners, right? How does that look like in your relationship when you are always stressed about, well, he's not serving me. This relationship isn't serving me. So what is that? What? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know. I just feel like we've come to a place when it's just so much about yourself. It's become so much about how you feel rather than how the other person is. How, how about we evaluate our behavior and see what's going on here? I don't know. It's just wild to me. So anyway, she says here she is the most important person in the world. In the world? I mean, it's one thing to love yourself and respect yourself. All that is great. But what? I don't know. I think it takes a lot of shame or shamelessness. That's the word. Shamelessness to really say this out loud and with a big old smile on your face. Look at her. She says, quote, "Because if you don't exist, you can't experience the world, and I want to have my own wedding." Growing up in ads, manga, and anime saturated world of crush-worthy princesses and aspirational bridal wear, many Japanese women are a wedding ceremony as the apogee of the fulfillment of their, a lot of prepositions here, my God, of their feminine expectations. Yada, yada, yada. We get that. Da, da, da. Let's see here. There are no Wait, daily with bare shoulder brides with grooms on photo shoots, even in freezing temperatures. There are no friends and family. This is more of a celebration of fulfilling a dream, a fantasy sanctified by a professional shoot. Having that special day makes sense in this context. She says, quote, "I wanted to respect my own inspirations and images, and this is her form of happiness. When I decided to marry myself, I was enthusiastic and said, I'll make myself happy," she says. I don't know, y'all. I feel like we've come too far, y'all. We've come too far. We've just gone down a dark hole. It's one thing to love yourself. It's one thing to appreciate your own company. But when it's to the point when you only want to be by yourself and you only want to be in your own space and you don't value other people and their time and friendships and relationships and familial relationships, like any type of relationship turns you off, then I do find that to be problematic. I really do. Because we don't live alone. Yes, you may live in your own home by yourself. You may not have roommates or whatnot. Okay. But you have neighbors, you're in a community, you're on a street with other people, you work with other people, or I mean some people don't, depending on their job. But the point is you are in this world that is shared. You are in this world that is shared. There are resources in this world that you are sharing with others. So, in that sharing, you are bound to interact with other people. You are bound to hopefully make meaningful relationships. And I understand the whole, I've been hurt and I just don't want to go through that again. So I'm just going to block myself off from it. But you're doing yourself a disservice. So I just hope this is coming from a genuine place. But I mean, just the label perma single is just, like what does that mean? Even the whole, I don't need a man. I got a dildo. I got my vibrator. I have all this. I don't need a man. I don't need that rhetoric that a lot of feminist women will do, especially in America. That is not okay. We cannot rely on a vibrator. We cannot. Go find you a man. Yeah, but at least I won't get this or that, or at least I don't have to worry about him cheating on me. At least I don't have to worry about me getting anything. At least I don't get you a man. I don't care what man. I mean, so a consensual, man, whatever. But the point is, get you a man. It's so sad that we've come to a place in our society where we are so closed off. We are so closed off from other people. And it's sad. We are supposed to live in community with others. We are supposed to have conversations with others, build friendships and relationships and all of that. That is supposed to be a thing. Anyway, God bless her. And congratulations. Okay, I just saw another article. These articles with the engaging titles, they get me every time. Damn it. You know when you get that pop-up that says, you can only read this if you pay us $2 a month. No. There we go. Bring me back to the article. So I only have one free article. Okay, there we go. Let me see if I can. Hold on. See if I can find it. Anyway, the point is, it's a crazy time we're in, and I don't know if it's gonna get any better, considering just the rate of women choosing to continue to down men and hate them for whatever reason. Marriage 50-year-old woman. Okay, well, speaking of marriage, Judge Mathis's wife has filed for divorce against him after 39 years of marriage and however many kids they have together, one including a gay son. And I'm bringing that up for a reason. People there's so many theories coming out to explain why she decided to file. I don't know, I guess something to do with the son. I don't know what about that, but there was this interesting clip I saw just a moment ago of Judge Mathis. He's at the airport and he's caught by TMZ. TMZ is trying to talk to him like, we heard sorry about your wife who filed for divorce. Da, da, da. He's visibly distressed and he's saying how he's trying to fight for his wife back. And he said, it's not like I molested a kid and she's leaving me for it. Like, and it was just such a wild take. Like, why would you even think that we thought that? Like, why would you even think that that was a thought that anybody had? At least anyone from the outside. It just made me wonder what's really going on. But he said it in a way like her filing is so silly. And had he done something as heinous as molesting a child, then he could understand her filing for divorce. But still, like, why? How did we get here? What? All right, let me go ahead and play this clip for y'all. So let's make sure you are watching me on your YouTube and you are subscribed. That is your way of showing your support, and I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Hey, Judge Mathis, how are you today, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I want to ask.
I'm not good. Rather, it's the worst days of my life. How about that?
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I want to ask you, with news of the separation, how are you holding up?
Not holding up very well. I would say the other man. Maybe I'll be an example for other men. Cautionary tale. Don't neglect your wife. See how many at the airport now, flying
Okay, hold on one second.
and out, as I have for 40 or for 25 years. My wife has been third, serving the community, taping my show, having fun with friends. That's what happens, guys.
Wait, what
Never
did
be
you
too busy. Example for other men. Cautionary tale. Don't neglect your wife. See how many at the airport now, flying out, as I have for 40 or for 25 years. My wife has been third, serving the community, taping my show, having fun with friends. That's what happens, guys. Never be too busy or never have too much fun beyond your wife.
So I do want to ask, the date of separation is listed back in July 17th. Has this been coming for some time now, or was it something out the blue?
Well, ever since we started taping here in LA, I committed to staying home more and making my wife more of a priority. But as you see, I haven't. I'm still here on the road doing the same thing. And in terms of going out into another city, but I was gone for 3 weeks. That's what July 17th meant.
Would you say you two are in a good place right now?
Okay, let me pause right there because it seems like the primary reason of her filing is, according to what he's saying, is due to neglect. It's due to neglect. She may have been feeling neglected for quite some time and has probably vocalized this, yet nothing has changed and she's at her wit's end. Got it. My thing is, though, if he travels often for work, what does she do? What? No, like, what is she? Is she like, what is she? Is she working? I just feel like if I'm not working and you're the primary worker, right, of the household, you're the reason why we have X, Y, and Z. I'm just saying, let's be balanced. I know it's like a big me. Am I a big me? But why can't she accompany him? Is she not allowed to go along with him? How strenuous are his work trips? Can he work and play while she's with him? He's working at some courthouse, but she's with him in the same state, and she's at a hotel or at another property that they own together, and he, like, why can't they figure it out? I just feel like neglect is so work outable, especially if I am not necessarily the primary worker of our household. That's just making me wonder, like, okay, what's happening? And oftentimes, and look, I've been not a victim, but like, yes, I'm a woman, and I'm hormonal oftentimes, and I want my man to give me all of your, I want to be in your fucking skin. I just want to be right here in your collarbone, right there, just like, and look up at you. That's where I want to be. And there's been times in which we're together and he's working. He's on his computer, he's doing whatever, he's replying to emails, he's on a call, and I'm just like, I want to be in your skin though. I wish I was lying. It's like, no, I mean, I'm dead ass. I really want to be in your skin. I want to be in your skin. But the point is, after I get over my like, hey, give me all your attention, I realize you're a man. You are a man. You're a Black man at that. You have to work. You're like, we don't live in a society in which we can't work. And it's, even though Judge Greg Mathis is wealthy, he seems to be doing well, he's well connected, he's still working. And this man is an older gentleman. Let's see, how old is Judge Mathis? He is an older man. He is 64 years old. And he is still working. And he's traveling and he's doing all these, like, he's an active person. And I'm actually in favor of that, because I realize when older people, a lot of them actually, when they get into that retirement age and, oh, I'm retired, and they have nothing to do, just like what I talked about in my last episode, y'all, how there is purpose in our work. You know, we find motivation, we find ourselves, we grow more when we're working, and when we find an agenda to complete every day, and we have a mission, we have a collective goal, and whatever that looks like for you, right? Everyone has their own particular role to play with their job, quote unquote. So I feel like the society that we're in, we push this whole, oh, I can't wait till I retire, I can't wait till I retire. And then you retire and you're depressed. You retire and you don't know what to do with yourself. You don't know who you are. You start to resent other people who are younger. You start to, like, you build up this resentment because now you're not working. Now you're not busying your time. And y'all, one thing I learned about this summer, idle time is the devil's playground. Hello? Idle time is the devil's playground. I'm not here to be religious on y'all. I know I changed my podcast name for a reason, but the point is what I just said. Meaning, when I was experiencing idle time during the summer, particularly when we had our hurricane hit in Houston, Texas, I was going batshit crazy. Batshit crazy. Why, Maxine? Why couldn't it have been an enjoyable summer? Because for those who have an overactive mind, a brain that never sleeps, is it's like Times Square in your brain. It's a struggle to find peace, or it's a struggle to find just your harmony, especially when your routine is shaken up. My routine was shaken up, as well as many other people here in Houston, Texas, experiencing the effects of the hurricane. And that was a really hard time for me mentally. And I, thank God I got through it. But I just was like, oh, what's life? Like, I had no Wi-Fi. The AC was messed up. My routine was just so frazzled. And I was just like rocking back and forth. Not literally, but figuratively. The point is, go to work. That's all I'm saying. Just go to work. We have to change our mindset when it comes to work. We do. And even at the older age of 64, I'm not saying he doesn't need to, I'm not saying he doesn't need to retire at some point, but like, maybe just shift our language when it comes to work in general. Like, it's not about retiring, but maybe you could move your schedule around in a way that meets your wife's needs so that she wouldn't feel neglected, so much so that she's filing for divorce. So I don't know. So it just makes me wonder, was there just no compromise on his end and she was at her wit's end and she's like, you know what? I'm done. 39 years and I'm done. Maybe she's just trying to make a point and maybe they'll get back together. Who knows? But I don't know. I feel like this could be work outable. They got married at a very young age, stayed together for a long time, have a plethora of children together. Are they from Detroit? Let me see. Isn't he the judge that calls everyone a crackhead? Like, he's wild. Yeah, Detroit. He's from Detroit. Child. She is now, she has to be in her 50s, right? How old is Judge Mathis' wife? She's 61. She looks good. She does look good. I know people like to I don't know. I mean, I don't know what she's gonna find out here in these streets. But I feel like they could figure it out. I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? Judge Mathis his net worth. And again, I understand how he's worth $25 million. $25 million. And he can't figure out a schedule to kind of but here's the thing, when you're worth much, like a lot of money like that, you still have to work in a sense to uphold that, maintain that, and stay comfortable. So I guess I could assume that there's no stopping there, because it's like, okay, I don't want this to end, right? We've already been accustomed to this new lifestyle. Who knows?
Or able to maintain a friendship, or
oh yeah, we're still in the same house and we're maintaining a friendship, and I'm trying to get my wife back. I have to show her that though. Hopefully I can show her while we're there together before, and hopefully she doesn't complete the process, but I'm changing in hopes that she will. I'm gonna get my wife back. How about that? Absolutely. I just wanted to eliminate all the rumors too, that it's something about a baby or even me molesting a child. It's none of that. I've just told you what it is.
Like, who said that was what? When you said, yeah, that's another rumor I heard, that there was an outside child. Let me not say that. That's a negative connotation. But there was a child made out of, like, beyond their marriage.
Yes. There were also, kind of some rumors of any infidelity. Did you want to clear that up at all? You say it's solely neglect.
Well,
of course there was infidelity. 39. Shit, a 4-year marriage is infidelity. It's a 7-year. Oh my gosh.
Neglect can create suspicion, certainly. And if you're gone as much as I am, you have every right to suspect. You go to work, you go serve in the community around the country, then you go with your guys to sporting events around the country, you go to other events, except.
But here's the thing with that. There wouldn't be any suspicion, or at least there'll be less suspicion on those times when he's going to these sporting events and going out with his guys. Bring your wife. Bring Linda. Bring her along with you, so she feels in the loop. Just fill her in. That's it. That's all I want to. Just fill me in. Fill me in. Fill my pussy up and fill me in. That's it. I'm so dead ass. Hello?
Without your wife hanging with you and enjoying.
Exactly. Let me go back, because I don't think y'all heard him.
Go to other events, except without your wife hanging with you and enjoying herself with you. And so, yeah, she would have a right to suspect infidelity.
But there was none of that going on.
You know what's so funny to me? People in the background don't give a fuck. Y'all see what's happening in these airports? People don't give a fuck. I'm trying to get to my gate. Excuse me, where's gate 11? It's telling me it's here, but there's another sign. Where's gate 11? Like, people are trying to get to their destination. People don't give a fuck. No one's even staring at him. Like, I mean, I think he's recognizable, but maybe that's just me because I'm a Black woman, right? Like, I feel like I just notice other Black people, but maybe white people don't really notice him.
To suspect infidelity.
But there was none of that going on.
That's not the purpose. That's not the.
He's like, that's not the purpose. Ha! Good with his words. Y'all see what he just did there? I mean, it was what was going on, but it's not the sole reason. That's not the purpose. That's what I'm hearing.
The reason for this.
There we go. That's the reason for this. I mean, hey, there she go. 61. He's 64. They look pretty good together. From Detroit. A term that they say in Detroit or phrase is "What up, though?" What up, though? I know that from a show that I watch, Love and Marriage Detroit on OWN Network, which is actually returning with the season 2. I wasn't really too big on the season 1. I mean, I don't think I finished the episodes, but I did not care to watch the reunion. It was just ridiculous. But anyway, I may continue anyway with the season 2. Let's move on. Okay, Tyrese. At this point, is Tyrese sponsoring me? The amount of times I'm talking about this Black man, is he sponsoring me? Savannah? I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip for y'all. Tyrese is actually spitting. He's spitting some facts here for once. Let's get in. I'm gonna move it back and I'm gonna move it back. All right, there we go. Let's listen.
Purposely and maliciously do anything to anybody in the Asian community. And there was a spike in crimes and criminal behavior in and around COVID, allegedly and specifically motivated by Trump. And so everybody started treating Asians, beating them, killing them, shooting them, stabbing them, hurting them. And then he gets into the White House, skips over every Black and brown Mexican and Latino that have been getting killed like flies, and he makes it a law. Asian hate crime bill is signed into law. So whether you're a police officer, President Biden and Kamala Harris signed an Asian hate crime bill.
Okay, there we have it. I'll play some more, but for the gist of it, Tyrese is calling out the Biden and Harris administration for their lack of signage of any bill that is specific to the Black community here in America. And he's drawing the comparison to how Asians, they immediately got a Asian hate crime bill after COVID, because during that time, if you guys remember, they were instantly targeted for COVID. You know, they were to blame, and there were a lot of hate attacks against them, which was absolutely wrong. Yet, though, sure, they deserve that Asian hate crime bill. So any crime against them, there would be some repercussions. That's great. But during this time, if y'all remember, you know, George Floyd, a few others, I can't, not Trayvon, but that too. But there's so many other cases of Black people who were attacked and brutalized by the police that was completely unwarranted, yet there were no immediate crime bills of, anti-Black hate crime bill. None of that was signed and solidified. Sure, there were discussions made, but that didn't expedite anything. In 2015, there was an anti-Black hate crime bill being discussed by lawmakers, but that was it. It was only a discussion. And this took place right after the white supremacist Dylan Roof killed 9 innocent Black souls at a Charleston church. But after that, there were no bills passed from the incident. So the point is, it's like, okay, there's so much urgency for other demographics, but when it comes to the Black community in America, there's a complete sudden stop every time.
If you wake up on a Wednesday and say, he's Asian, a woman or a man, let's go do something bad to them, which God forbid would ever happen again. But it is a crime bill that was signed into law that protects Asians at all costs. Where is that same law to be signed into law when it comes to Black and brown people? Because what you're doing is, President Biden and Kamala Harris, what you're doing is you're saying that Black and brown people will continue to be disposable. That's
why we got to vote, and we got to make sure our voices are heard, Tyrese. And it matters when we speak up and speak truth to power. When we speak what's on our heart, we will be heard. But first, you got to have the courage.
I need to know where Benjamin Crump is from, because this man looks like a Haitian uncle I have. Okay. And he's even looking more so like a directly from West African type of man. We know slaves were imported from parts of West Africa to Haiti, so the connection is there. But he looks like a direct link from West Africa, like the whole West Africa. Benjamin Crump. Where is he from? He's probably from Detroit. This nigga is North Carolina. Yeah, his face looked like, anyway, God bless him. I mean, hey, he's doing his job. But doesn't he give y'all West African? He gives me West African. Okay, well, look, I am pleased to hear Tyrese speak truth to power in this clip. Of course, he's going to be called loud and wrong, just like this comment here says. And this is someone I follow on Instagram, which is like, really, bitch? No, I mean, no, bitch, no, bitch. I mean, she's a beautiful girl. I like her style. But people are not in favor of what he's saying. Someone's saying here that he is spreading misinformation. So uneducated, misinformation. Yada. So let's look into that then. Asian crime bill. How is it misinformation? Because if it actually supports Asians by criminalizing those who purposely attack Asians, then I feel like it's not misinformation. What he's saying is accurate. Yeah, I'm not finding anything that says anything different. Let's see. Biden signs anti-Asian hate crimes legislation. See, he signed it. It wasn't just a discussion. It was more than that. This took place in 2021 during the COVID-19 pandemic. He says here, every time we're silent, every time we let hate flourish, we make a lie of who we are as a nation, Biden said before signing the bill 2 days after Congress finished passing it. We cannot let let me share this tab. We cannot let the very foundation of this country continue to be eaten away like it has been in other moments in our history and happening again. This newly enacted law would establish a position within the Justice Department centered on anti-Asian hate crimes and allocate resources to enhance state and local reporting. I mean, sounds pretty accurate to me. So I don't know how Tyrese is loud and wrong. He may be loud, but he's not wrong here. He's definitely not wrong here. At the very least, Black people in America should have received something just like this, if not even better. You know, there should be resources allocated to Black people, Black Americans, for all of the intentionalized and targeted hate and criminal acts done against us time and time again with no justice being had. So what are we talking about? Anyway, people just don't want to hear the truth. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, let's see what's up next in this docket. Oh, another thing with Tyrese. Hold on. Let's talk about this part. He again is talking about his ex-wife, Samantha Lee. And actually, Tyrese has a new album out. And I know he has a new movie out, 1992, I think it's called. So, of course, we're hearing him more during this time because he is promoting that and he has a lot to say. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip. Make sure you are watching this on YouTube so you see what I'm talking about. And let's see what he's saying.
I don't want this woman back. If I wanted this woman back, when she called me and said that she was ready to reconcile after a year of us being away from each other, I would have took her back. You're suddenly ready to reconcile? I'm in a relationship with Zelly. You think I'm finna just go chuck this woman away? That's not gonna happen. Today is Wednesday and I want my husband back. Okay, I don't want this woman back. If I wanted this woman back, when she called.
Okay, well, there's that. Oh, this is another one. Oh, this is an old clip. I don't think I ever played it for y'all.
This shit is about money. You've hired 3 law firms trying to fucking suck me dry. I'm approaching $1 million in legal fees, and we had a prenup. You already tried to ask me to come back. You already tried to
there was some. Anyway, there's this quote. I wanted to see if there was audio for it, but let's say if this quote is true. According to what this quote says here, Tyrese said she, as in his ex-wife, saw marriage as a business. She got married to me for a few years, divorced, and took 50% of my lifetime savings. All her money and properties was not in her name. 50 Cent warned me. He told me that if you are someone that loves so deep, then this generation is not for you. But I didn't listen. When she asked for divorce and took everything, 50 Cent still didn't leave me. He offered me a role in his movie Power. And that's why I'm like, I don't know if it's a true quote because Power, it's a show. Maybe he just accidentally said Power. I mean, accidentally said movie and he meant show. But I don't know. If he wanted to, if this was true, yeah, I mean, he got God. I mean, that's Tyrese, you got God. He got God. I mean, that's just it. I don't know what else to say. And I wish there could be like a pin put on this, but every time he talks about it, just like I'm suckered in. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Let's move on to our next topic here. Okay, a woman, a Black woman at that, with a head full of baby hair, meaning, you know how they put on those lace fronts and then you see the baby hair just like brushed to the forefront of their forehead. It's so weird. Like, what? She's one of them. And she has her bonnet on, which is fine. You can wear your bonnet. But let me go ahead and play this clip. She is a woman who got fired, and I guess she knew it was about to happen. So she decided to record this on video, and I guess she did it on live, or if she didn't do it on live, she thought it was appropriate to film, like pre-record it and then post it on social media. Oh, the times that we are in, y'all. But let me go ahead and play this. So this is a woman who got fired and she's not understanding the reason. Let me refresh it.
Okay, can you I'm sorry, I didn't what can you say that again?
Yeah. Hi, Tatiana. This is Shelly from HR.
From HR, okay. No, I don't remember you, but what's going on?
Well, we had a discussion a couple weeks ago about your absenteeism and tardiness.
Okay.
Do you know what time you have to be clocked in at work?
6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 a.m.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, on 7/18, you clocked in at 6:12.
Wow.
We had a discussion about that.
12 minutes.
Yeah, but you know they're waiting on you to be there, clocked in and ready to work at 6.
Okay.
So your employment is really going to be terminated as of today, because also on 7/28 you clocked in at 6:21.
21 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, man, that's a long time. It's the like, girl, what? For me, because the way that she's reacting is like, it's one thing if you know, if it was like 3 or 5 minutes, something like that, then that's like, okay, why are you calling me? But even then, you gotta be fair. You know, these companies, they don't play. They don't play. You know, if you are contractually expected to be at your workplace at a certain time, you know, just like all of us are, then it's no like, okay, but you know,
That's 21 minutes of company time.
But I still work though. Like I still like, why didn't y'all tell me that today when I was just at work?
Because I handle all the HR, so they wanted me to call you because we had that discussion, remember, about...
And that was the day that I let my... all right, keep going.
So you were also on 8/8, you clocked in at like 6:32.
That was it. Okay, so I let my cousin use my car the night before, and he didn't bring it. He overslept or something. He didn't bring it back till the morning. So, like, I still made it, though.
Literally,
like nobody cares. But you know what? This just came to my mind. I don't think this is real. I just don't. I don't think this is real. I'm saying that because either the HR person is unprofessional, but they're literally trained to not be. Like, they know how to use verbiage, they know how to articulate themselves. Throughout this whole conversation so far, I've heard her say like one too many times. As the HR representative, like, why are you saying like? And why is she sounding so unsure and like she's so sorry? Typically, HR people are very robotic. It's just a matter of fact type of attitude. And this is what it is. And then she says, as of now, or as of today, you are getting terminated, or your position has been terminated. What do you mean, as of today? It's either I'm terminated or I'm not. Like, that's weird. Because if it's not an immediate termination, then you'll say, as of now, you are suspended until further notice. We will follow up with you in 3 to 5 business days. So please keep your business account available as we will communicate with you on there. Like something like that. But the way that she's communicating just makes me feel like, and then the sound of the HR lady is sound like she's in her car driving to work. Like she's not in a steady position where she's just in her office and it's calm and quiet.
9 days after we talked. So, and then on 8/12, you just did a no.
Now her saying, and then, What? Is this a profession? I think we just got, y'all. We got again. Stephen A. Smith was reacting to this on his show. And I think we all got. So there we have it, y'all. We got. Let me just finish it off anyway.
Call no show.
That was my birthday. August 12th, that's my birthday. Like, I
You
already
didn't
told you.
request that day off work, though.
But y'all know
You
that's
have to
my
come to
birthday.
work
I'm
on your
not.
birthday.
No, that's fine. All right. Okay.
Everyone works on their birthday. Even I worked on my birthday.
Like everyone was like, why is your HR talking to you like that? Your HR is not trying to explain to you why it's important to show up to work and not do a no call, no show. I'm trying to read these comments. Let me see. Okay, let me continue.
Y'all too grown for me.
Well, unfortunately, I just need you to turn your keys in. And
I'll be there tomorrow because that's crazy. That's crazy. Like what? Like what? What? No. Okay, can you? I'm sorry, I didn't. What can you?
Okay, well there we have it. She got fired. She recorded herself, posted it on the internet, and she's about to be the new Hawk Twa girl. I mean, I don't know. What was the reason of you posting this? You look crazy. You look crazy. But it's the times that we're in, y'all. This is the times that we are in. People are marrying themselves. Judge Mathis' wife of 39 years decided to let him go. And Tyrese is right about something. All right, what is next? Okay, let's talk about So Anxious. So anxious. I remember when I was young. Let's see when this song came out. This song came out. Genuine. So Anxious. In 99. Ooh, that whole album was everything. First of all, I was too young to listen to that whole album. It was very sexualized. Oh, but I had such a crush on Genuine growing up. He was one of the ones for me. For me. I mean, for a lot of women also. Anyway, I guess you know how you listen to songs when you're young and you don't realize the lyrics are sexualized so much. After like you know it's like a sexy song, but you don't really know what they're saying. I think So Anxious was one of those songs for me, including that next song, Too Close. Let's talk about Too Close, because I was in freaking, what's that, 7th grade? No, that song is wild. How it starts off, I wonder if she could tell I'm hard right now. Yeah, I didn't know what that meant when I was young. This came out in 97. 97. I didn't know that. What? I did not know what that meant. And then, okay, that part of the song was like a quick intro. Like, it wasn't, I wonder if she could tell him hard. Like, I mean, you could hear him enunciate all those words, right? But he didn't repeat it. You had to go back and say, wait, what did he just say? But the chorus is where you see, oh, wow, what was I singing? So, baby, when we're grinding, I get so excited. How I like it. I try, but I can't fight it. Oh, you're dancing real close. Plus, it's real slow. You're making it hard for me. At the time, I think he purposely did this to do a play on words type of thing. Like, oh, you make it so hard for me. Oh, it's so hard for me to pay attention in class because I'm so in love with you. I just want to be with you. Like, that's what I'm thinking. I wasn't thinking in the sense of I'm like his dick is getting hard. Like, what? Like, what does that even mean? At 8, I didn't know what that meant. Oh my gosh. I did not know what that meant at all. So hearing this, well, I figured this out years later. It wasn't just yesterday I figured this out, but Anyway, I say all this to say, listening to So Anxious recently, literally I was listening to it yesterday. Yesterday I was listening to it, came up on my Alexa. You know, you gotta say that with a whisper, because every time you say it, it's like, yes, Maxine. Like, first of all, I rebuke you. Let's start there. Okay, so Genuine, he immediately starts off telling us the time. It's 9:00. Home alone. Paging you. Shout out to pagers. I remember I used to have this, they used to give pagers from KFC. Like, you order a meal, and then you'll get these like collectible pagers, like Pokemon collectible pagers. And I used to collect Pokemon when I was younger. So I used to love getting those like Pikachu pagers, and it was cute. Anyway, what was I saying? So anxious, wishing you come over my place. Okay. So he's clearly talking about how he's so anxious to bone, to have his, you know, his dip in her chip. When I was singing this song when I was younger, I just didn't. I don't know. I didn't know what he was so anxious about. Like, I just thought, first of all, I didn't know what anxious meant back then. We talk about anxiety so much now. We all know what anxiety means now. But back then, when I was 8, I didn't know what anxious meant. Like, oh, I'm feeling anxious. What does that mean? Are you nervous? Like, nervous was the word back then. It wasn't anxious. But anyway, I already knew the word anxious because of this song. But I didn't know what it meant. So him singing this, saying, I'm so anxious. I don't know. It meant that he was so anxious to have sex with her, to go to Pound Town with his lady. I don't know. And then, I mean, yes, there's a line that says, you know, I'm sexaholic. I mean, I guess he made it very clear. He made it very clear at that point. But the point is, these songs, they start off very ambiguous, and some words come with a play on, you know, double on trot. Oh my gosh, am I having a stroke? Hold on. Double on trot. Double entree. double entrade. How do you say on? Oh my gosh, I swear I am smart, y'all. I just be mumbling over my words. Anyway, I want to play this clip for y'all. Let's just move on. This is a clip of this funny lady talking about Genuine being so anxious. So anxious. Double entrade. Double on top. That word is hard. Hold on, let me go back. Okay.
Hello. Genuine.
Hold on, let me refresh it.
On that song and said 9:00 all alone. Genuine. If we fast forward to the hook, you tell me, meet me at 11:30. Love it when you're talking dirty. It's 9:00. What do you want me to do about that? Then you talking about it's 10:10. Where you been? Yo, I'm finna see you at 11:30, boo. Like, Genuine was pressed. I love it though. One of my favorite songs from him is In Those Jeans. Is there any more? And you know Genuine gonna hit you with the oh yes I am. Oh, whew. That good yearning. That man Genuine hopped on that song and said 9:00 all alone.
Yeah, I watched this clip like 3 times and it was cracking up. it's just so funny to me because yes, you guys, but not you get men. I don't really get like this one. I feel like it's exclusive for men. Yes, there are women who are very like anxious too, but I think it's embedded in a man's DNA to just be so anxious for some punani. So reading the lyrics now with that understanding and being a grown woman now, right? It's just there's an understanding of like, oh, now I see why Genuine was so anxious. Because when I was singing this when I was a youngin, when I was freaking 8 years old, what was he so anxious about? I don't get it. What's the big deal? Oh, but I understand now. And though I'm not a sexaholic technically, I mean, I wouldn't call myself that, but I get it. When it's good, it's good. And you want again and again and again and again and again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your support. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Make sure you are subscribed to all the platforms for this podcast. Your subscription is amazing and is your way of supporting this independent broadcast. I'm tired, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this shit up. But thank you so much. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and I will check in with you all next time. Peace.